Beki and Shay, בגימטריה, 422. אהבה אחת, also 422. And I continue. לב שלם ואוהב, 422. You make the calculation after you see it accurately. And then I asked the computer, they got married on Yud-Bet Tevet. And what do I get? 423. Waited one day until the love will be completed. And then I started to put together the 4 plus 2 plus 2. What do I get? 8. 8 is above nature. It's powerful. Number 8 in numerology is a very, very strong number. And then I connected it to Shmot. And here we go. We take the word Shmot. The Shin stands for Shabbat. The Mem stands for Brit Milah. And the Tav, Vav, and the Mem, Milah, Brit Milah. And the Tav, Tav is Utfilin. Shabbat, Brit Milah, and Tfilin. Brit Milah we know. Sure. No. She knows. She knows. By now you say she knows. Okay. Shabbat. Baruch Hashem. Tfilin. We know Bar Mitzvah.
Yes. Good.
In Parashat Shmot it says that Bnei Israel kept the mitzvot. They had third of the mitzvot. It's in Parashat Shmot. Now, what is the Shabbat? Shabbat it says, על השבת כתוב, אות היא ביני וביניכם. אות. אות is a sign, אות is also a letter. About ברית מילה it says, ונמלתם את בשר עורלתכם, והיה לאות ביני ביני וביניכם. The Brit Milah is also an ot, סימן, sign, and a letter. על תפילין כתוב, והיה לאות על ידיך ולתותפות בין עיניך. So again, ot, a letter, and ot, a sign. So when you put together the whole thing, you got married on the week of Parashat Shmot, you already fulfilled the mitzvot. And I wish you to continue and go together and fulfill all the mitzvot.
Amen. La 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 la. 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 La 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 תני את הכובע קצת. פריסבי.
Just throw it. But then I'll ruin it.
לילה. איפה אתה הולך?
שלום לשמעון. שלום.
שלום, מה נשמע? שמעון. כולם בשיפור, בגלל שמות.
הוא הגבאי, זה מה שאתה זה של הגבאים.
עשיתי את שמקבלים את הכי הרבה אוכל
הוא הגבאי של החבת החדש.
Very nice.
A nicer building that you have.
Oh, just a little, okay.
Just a bit. So, thank you very much.
You're gonna have to get this whole thing.
לא, אתה צריך אנגלית.
אפשר להביא לכם אוכל?
תומר, לא אמרת לי את ה...
אפשר להביא לכם אוכל?
עברית זה טוב. עברית זה טוב.
לא, אבל הם לא יבינו, הרבה לא יבינו. החלה מבינה, אבל ההורים שלה ככה.
רגע, תשמע, אתה רוצה לעשות את זה בעברית?
לא,
יש לנו מתרגם. סימולטני.
יש לנו פה כהן שיודע עברית יותר טוב מישראלי.
אולי הוא יעביר את השיעור.
תעשה בעברית והוא יתרגם
הוא יכול לתת גם שיעור, אבי.
והוא בגלל שהוא באזור שלהם.
הכהן של המשפחה פה.
אבי מתרגם סימולטני.
כשהוא פעם ראשונה בא אליהם, זה היה בחורף, אז הוא אומר, אני צריך להוריד את ההרדליים.
את ההרדלה?
אז אתה יכול להבין, את העברית.
רגע, מה אבא שלי אמר על אשתו השנייה, היא עוזרת לי עם הפוזמיקרון.
תסביר.
מה זה פוזמיקרון?
פוזמיקרות אני יודע.
לא, פוזמיקרון.
כן?
הוא ראה את הבן, אבא שלי ראה את הבן שלי קופץ על ספה. והוא עושה, אז הוא אומר, תפסיק לנוש את הספה. גם אני לא.
שיעור.
יש שם כיסא פתוח?
לא, אז בוא תתן לי הנחיות, עומר, תסביר מה...
Yeah, give a little bit of background on what we're doing here.
כמה זמן יש לנו?
כמה זמן שאתה רוצה?
אל תגיד לי מה שאני רוצה, לא ייגמר טוב.
Take your coat and move next to Sheldon.
אתה שמעת אותי מדבר ארוך וקצר, זה לא?
תן לי תמיד.
מזל טוב.
אוקיי, אני אנסה את זה בעברית, קצת באנגלית, אם אני נתקע,
אבל ידך.
יונתן, הוא רוצה להוציא מילה, אתה יכול עוד שנייה אחת?
We'll see.
אבי, שנייה, הוא רוצה רק לעבור.
זה עובר עם הגיל שלו.
תומר, כמה?
45 דקות.
לא, מה?
אחר כך נעשה 7 ברכות.
אתה רוצה שאני ממש אדבר
שיעור, מה? מה באת?
רגע, אתה רוצה לאכול? נותנים לו משהו לאכול קודם?
I just want to explain, they are here, few shlichim from Israel. Shimon is one of them, and he's running with Tomer like 20 miles, 50 miles. Whenever Tomer needs, he is ready to run. And he gives also the shiur in Ivrit sometimes in the Bet Avraham. So I go to the shiur. I listened to the last shiur that he gave. It was an excellent shiur.
Yeah.
At the end, I ask you one question.
אוקיי,
When I jog with him, I go 5K. When I jog with him, I just go 5K.
לא יודע
And we're going to bring me back to life. Which is going to make you exercise. He's making me exercise.
He's good, he actually does.
אוקיי, I want to explain what
Went to Las Vegas and she made me hike.
Tomer asked me
That's not what you do in Las
my
Vegas.
English is not so well, and I didn't know I was going to do it in English. It means I hope you will understand me. Now, what we're doing kind of a weekly shiur on Tanakh. We start last year. After the Chagim, we start with Sefer Yonah. We learn half of Sefer Shoftim. Now we are in Sefer Shmuel Aleph. We are now exactly on
And he's a
Perek
teacher
Vav.
in charge.
Yeah, I'm a teacher in charge. And now we are in Perek Vav, in Sefer Shmuel Aleph. 2 minutes I will bring a background about what we're doing now, that you will understand where actually we stop, where we stopped last time, and then we can continue from this part. And I hope you will understand exactly where we are and what we're doing. Start. Yeah, it's in בבתים שלנו, like with different place each time. And okay, Sefer Shmuel. We talk about in Sefer Shmuel already about the personality about who is Shmuel and what how he became a very important prophet, and he is like the border, okay, between the Shoftim, the era of the Shoftim, the judges, to the era of the kings. Okay, he is in the middle, and he like doing the transformation. Okay, transformation. Okay, to the new.
טרנזישן, כל הטרנזישן. מעבר.
יותר נחמד.
מה זה לא יריות, זה לא עזה.
זה לא עזה.
Transition to the kings of Israel, Sefer Melachim, and the place that we talk about all the idea with what's happening, how we grown up in the house with Elkanah and Hannah, and what's happened with me. how he became the prophet, then like the process that he's doing in Am Yisrael, and then we got to the point that Perek Dalet is the war against the Philistines and how Am Yisrael lost the war. This war is very important because this is the place that now we have the solution to this war. The war is how Am Yisrael lost in this war. But the point, the very important point that was very different in this war compared to the other wars, that in this war, Am Yisrael bring Aron HaKodesh with them. Okay? Why? To give them, sorry, they bring Aron HaKodesh with them to, because they trust on the Aron. Aron will give us the strength, thank you, and he will help us to win the Philistines. Philistines, like, we talk about like years and years, that the Philistines are bother Am Yisrael all the time, over and over again. And they thought if we will bring Aron Hashem, everything's gonna be okay. But what happened in the end, I'm jumping to the end, they won in this war and they took Aron HaKodesh with them. And the situation that we saw last time in Perek Hey, that what Aron HaKodesh doing like kind of comedy Perek, they're talking about what Aron Hashem doing to the Machane Plishtim in all the cities, how they suffered a kind of disease. It's called Tchorim, okay? Very something in the stomach, not so. Okay, we don't need to translate it. Like very, very hard disease that people. No. זה מחלת מעיים.
אני יודעת את זה, כן.
Kishke disease.
No, but it's okay, like very, very, very not pleasant, yeah.
Not when we eat, no.
We understand.
Yeah, okay, good. And this like all the process, what's happened, like when they pass the Aron Hashem between place to place in Plishtim, and Plishtim we know is like 5 big cities, Ekron, Ashdod, Ashkelon, Gat, ועוד 5, אשדוד, אין גזה, נכון, אין גזה. אז זה בעצם 5 ערי פלישתים שנמצאים בארץ ישראל. And they passed the Aron HaKodesh from place to place, only 3 of them, and every time that Aron HaKodesh came to the new place, the people in this city start to became sickness. And this is what's happened. Then after 7 months, this is the place that we are now, פסוק ו', פרק ו', ויהי ארון אדוני בשדה פלישתים 7 חודשים. After 7 months, they realized, okay, enough is enough, and we want to turn the Aron Hashem back to Eretz Israel. But something very interesting that we're doing. How we learn how we doing the shiurim, we read the Parakim, okay, and we try to get inside the world, okay, and to understand the world a bit deep, okay, in deep meaning, like why the Torah choose to write down in exactly the same thing, and what's the meaning of every sentence. We'll try to do a bit, okay? I don't want to take all your evening. As 7 חודשים. The point of 7 חודשים is very interesting. Why 7? You said before the idea of מעל הטבע, and it's correct, because we saw a lot the idea that 7, the number 7, okay, it's like by the hand of God. Like we see Shabbat is 7 days. בריאת העולם also takes 7 days. We have the Shabbat in the end. What else with 7? 7 mitzvot. Yeah, but it's like not for us. But the idea of and 8.
777
and 8, 7 ברכות. Nice. Okay. Sheldon, thank you. And 8 is also something מעל הטבע, but the idea with that the human being give his power with this. It's mean like הבן אדם גם שם משהו מעצמו. It can be Hanukkah. It's also something that we are as a nation, okay, we was part of the miracle of God. We find it in Hanukkah. What else in 7, 8, I wrote it down like a couple of examples. I will give you like the number of 7, הנה. אז דוגמה יריחו, how we won the city of Yericho was 7 days, after 7 days they won. ברית מילה, 8 days, also the human being doing part of the action, okay, אז זה בעצם חלק מהנושא הזה, and also here after 7 days, 7 months, they realized, okay, enough is enough, and the war was, God did the war, because they became sick only because of God, and they decided now is a good time to return it. וקראו פלישתים לכהנים ולקוסמים לאמור מה נעשה לארון אדוני יודיענו ומה נשלחנו למקומו. It's very interesting. The first time that we find the סרנים is like the small kings of the cities, like the 5 kings of each city, okay? It's a bit like this. During this time, it's not like we have like one king for all the cities. This is the reason why it's called Amei Knaan. Between every city, they have their own king, they have own rules, and the people that around the city was belong to the city. And also the same idea we have here, it means, but here we talk about the same nation, Plishtim, the same nation, like the 5 people worked together, okay? Like not all of them was mamash separately, it was a part of it mamash together, and this is the reason why we call them Plishtim and the one name, but we talk about like different 5 Sranim, 5 different kings. And the first thing that we saw here, וילכו לכהנים ולקוסמים. Okay, they're going to ask advice, okay, what to do with the Aaron now, after they decided they want to bring it back to Eretz Israel, but they're going to the Kosmim and Kohanim. Who is the Kosmim and Kohanim? Probably the people that walked in their Bet HaMikdash of Dagon, okay, like their God, okay, and something very weird, because never we saw a situation like this, that the kings, okay, going to ask advice from the religious guy. So why it's so important to understand this idea? Because we will find here now kind of a honor war, ממש מלחמת כבוד. Okay, מלחמת כבוד, you understand what I said? Honor war, it makes sense? And our honor war, like, think about it. Now, someone come and ask your advice, now you want to show that my advice is the best, נכון? And you need to follow what I'm saying. And this was, like half of the period now, will show the process how they don't have any other chance unless to listen to their religious guys here. And it's so funny because מה נעשה לארון השם הודיענו במה נשלחנו לקומו. It's more, they don't ask, okay, we need to return ארון השם to Eretz Israel. No, they already announced מה נעשה לארון השם, like we want הודיענו במה נשלחנו. It means they already asked, like when I want to try, אני אומר לעשות את זה באנגלית, אני אעשה את זה בעברית ואז באנגלית. זאת אומרת, הם לא באים באמת לשאול אותם, אוקיי? הם כבר אומרים להם, איך נשלח אותו חזרה. זאת אומרת, שאתה בא להתייעץ עם מישהו, אוקיי? אתה לא באמת שואל אותו מה הדעה שלך, אלא אתה כבר אומר לו כאילו, מה אני רוצה לשמוע. אוקיי?
It's a statement.
אוקיי? Yes.
I'm giving you the decision already before.
כן, בדיוק. They already give the decision. We want to return it. How, like, give me the how to do it, okay? Like, it's also like, they hurt their honor. Yeah, you come to ask me, come on, I will give you the answer. Now this, we start to see the fight, the war, the honor fight. ואמרו, אם משלחים את ארון אלוהי ישראל, אל תשלחו את אורכם. If, okay, מוסיפים כתב, if you want to return back, okay, you need to do it in our way. עכשיו, what is our way? כי השם תשיבו לו השם, אז תרפו ונדע לכם למה לא תעשו ידו מכם. It means, if you will return ארון השם, if you will return Aron Hashem, you need to do it in our way. Then you need to give him the Hashem. Like we realize we're gonna find what is the Hashem. Then you're gonna realize what you need to bring it back, and then you start to give the details. ואומרו מה השם אשר נשיב, מספר שנים ולשנים 5 ערפילי זהב, 5 עכברי זהב, כי מגפה אחת לכולם ולשרניהם. The מגפה was the disease was also in disease in their body, or what we explained before, and also in their harvest. Okay, the achbarim, mouths that destroy all the harvest, and this is the reason why now you need to bring back to God. You need to give him the respect. How you need to give him the respect? You need to give them kind of reward with gold. Okay, 5. Because we're talking about 5 kings, 5 cities. You need to bring 5 for each one of them. ועשיתם את חוריכם, מצלמי עכבריכם, ושחיתם את הארץ. ונתתם ללא ישראל כבוד. Now, I will stop to read it and I will talk about in general that we can cover כמה שאפשר from this פרק. And the idea is that they say, תחזירו כבוד לאלוהים. It means you return honor to God, to עם ישראל God. but it's not honor to them. The honor is actually for themselves. And this is the reason why all the time when they're talking about, I don't now read all the conversation, but all the time they try to be on the border of win-win situation. It means if you will listen to us, everything's gonna be okay with you. But we don't promise. Like everything is like on this border because it's not, it's not like a real Kosmin, okay? Kosmin is like magicians. It's not a real magicians. It's like fake, but they want, until now they ask my advice. Now I want to give them, you need to do what I'm suggest you to do. But still, okay, I have like the win-win situation. All the time, if you won't listen to me, I will tell you before that it's not promised it's going to be like this. And they need to pay a lot of money, like, because all of this, they need to do it and made it with gold. And this is what's happened. Now I want to jump to another things, how they do it, because we talk about a lot of money here to make this rewards to God. And they try to give the motivation to the kings of Plishtim. They give them all the things why to show them that it's going to be in their way, and they're doing like this. You need to take the Aron HaKodesh, put them on a agala.
A wagon.
A wagon, thank you. A wagon. A wagon with the two cows. The cows, they never carry something all themselves, like it lo ala alea all. And two of them are mothers. The babies left at home. It means why they need to go after what I tell you, because they probably will go back to their babies. And Radak said in the same place, one of the commentators said, that not only was the mothers, it's also menikot.
Breastfeeding,
nursing. Nursing, it means like mama situation that it have to be a miracle. And with a couple of details, and the idea is, in the end, that they said, okay, put them on the road to Bet Shemesh, to the direction to Eretz Israel, and see if they're going to be like this, like if they will follow, like it was God's decision to take them back to Eretz Israel, and in the end, what's happened? They right, okay, Kohanim and Kohanim, they right, and against to all the understanding that it's happened. It means they follow after, they go on the road and to ארץ ישראל. אני נראה את הפסוק האחרון הזה, וישרנה הפרות בדרך על דרך בית שמש, בסדר? במסילה אחת הלכו וגאו ולא סרו ימין ושמאל, שרני פלישתים הולכים אחריהם עד גבול בית שמש. It means they לא סרו ימין ושמאל, ממש directly, הלכו וגאו. חז"ל אומרים מה זה גאו, זאת אומרת, מפרשים את זה. It means part of the cows, okay, they give the respect to Aron Hashem. הלכו וגאו, ממש גאו, it's like a lot of noise, okay, and when the cows bring a lot of noise, but the idea here, it's, חז"ל אומרים, ממש מתוך שירה, okay, זאת אומרת, כאילו, ממש נתנו כבוד לארון השם, הלכו ושרו, עד שבעצם ארון השם מגיע לבית שמש. מגיע לבית שמש, we're talking about before the cities, we have the fields, everyone outside during the time of the cut the harvest, קוצרים קציר חיטים בעמק, וישאו את עיניהם, אני פסוק י"ג, ויראו את הארון וישמחו לראות. Okay, the people of Bet Shemesh, they saw now the Aron, after 7 months, they coming back to Eretz Israel, was very, very surprised, okay, to see it, and was very, very happy. Now, happened something very, very weird here, and this day, I want to jump to this part, והעגלה באה אל שדה יהושע בית השמשי, ותעמוד שם אבן גדולה, ויפגעו את עצי העגלה, והעלו עולה להשם. זאת אומרת, what they doing now with the Aron Hashem, they took the Aron Hashem, put him on big stone, אבן גדולה, okay, a big stone, and take the cows, שוחטים אותם, יכולים לשחוט באנגלית. Sacrifice. Okay, and sacrifice to God, and like big ceremony, like until now it looks amazing on how the people of Bet Shemesh act mamash very, very respectful to Aron Hashem. And not only this, who doing all these kind of things, איפה זה כתוב לי? מי עושה את זה? עושים את זה עוד הלוויים. הנה, פסוק ט"ו, נכון. והלוויים הורידו את ארון אדוני ואת הארגז אשר איתו. It means the perfect way, like not the regular people take the Aron Hashem and don't give the respect. The לוויים, they took the Aron Hashem and they doing it exactly the same thing how it's supposed to be. But, and something very weird here, very weird, I'm jumping to פסוק י"ט, ויח באנשי בית שמש כי ראו בארון אדוני, ויח בהם 70 איש, 50,000 איש, ויקבלו עם כי היכה אדוני בעם מכה גדולה. God didn't like the idea of what אנשי בית שמש did there. It's look, during the psukim, amazing what they do, like they give the respect. We know already from Sefer Yeshua that Bet Shemesh was the city of the Leviim, of the Kohanim, and this is the reason why they have Leviim there. And God didn't like the idea and hit 50,070 ish. Like 50,000 and 70 people. Crazy amount of number, like what's the point, what's the idea? Our Manel explained it's not exactly like this, like 70 people died in Bet Shemesh during this what happened there, and in general, with all the war and all what we saw before, okay, all the prekim before, it was, the number was around 50,000. It's a lot, but it's not exactly happened here. And all the commentators try to realize what they did wrong. They did exactly what we expected from them to do. They saw Aron Hashem. Good. No one wants to touch Aron Hashem. They call to the Leviim. The Leviim take the Aron Hashem, put him on the big stone, give him the respect, some holy rot, sacrifice to God, dancing probably there. Like, what's the problem? And this is, I will give like 2 points how to look on it, and then we finish this peg. That כתוב בפסוק משהו מאוד מעניין. כי ראו בארון אדוני. What's the reason that God decided to kill them? Because הם ראו את ארון השם. What's the point? Okay, well, what's the big deal? אבל we saw in other places שאסור בעצם לראות את ארון השם. כתוב לנו בספר במדבר שהשם מזהיר את אנשי קהת. אנשי קהת is like part of one of the Leviim family that they're charged about carry Aron Hashem, and God lets them know, and שנייה, איפה הפסוק הזה? הוא מזהיר אותם שמי שיגע בארון השם, שנייה, מה זה?
ייגע, לא יראה.
ייגע.
לא יראה.
לא. כן. נכון, לא יראה. שנייה.
לא ייגע.
דקה, אני אגיד לכם, אתה צודק. ברח לי הפסוק, שנייה. ולא יבואו לראות כי בלע הקודש ומתו, לראות. זאת אומרת, ארון השם צריך להיות מוחבא בחדר פנימי, אוקיי? בחדר פנימי שרק הכהן הגדול יכול להיכנס אליו בקודש הקודשים. אנחנו מכירים את זה, וגם במשכן, we talk about in the desert now, גם במשכן, בסדר, הוא נמצא במקום מכוסה, שרק אנשים מאוד מסוימים יכולים להיכנס אליו, אוקיי? לראות אותו. זאת אומרת, לראות אותו בפנים אני מדבר, ממש לראות אותו. אז אסור לראות אותו. עכשיו, משהו מאוד מעניין על העניין של איפה ארון השם נמצא, זה כמו חדר המיטות. אוקיי? אנחנו בעצם...
זה עכשיו מעניין אתכם, שי.
כן. אני לא... אתה נמצא כבר קשר לזה, אוקיי. אז אם כבר זה, אז יש דבר מאוד מעניין שמסביר, קצת לעצמי זה פה, מסביר המהר"ל, שהוא בעצם עושה דימוי, שנייה, אני אמצא את הנקודה הזאת, הוא בעצם עושה דימוי של הבית שלנו. שנייה. אני אמצא את זה.
מעניין, עושים את ההגבהה וכל זה כדי לראות ולא...
כן, אבל זה ספר תורה, זה משהו לגמרי. ארון הברית, הקדושה שלו היא אחרת לגמרי. זאת אומרת, רק אנשים מסוימים יכולים ממש לראות אותו.
בזמן מנוחה, אבל בזמן שיצאו למלחמה איתו?
מה זה? אז אנשים מסוימים, אני מדבר לראות, זה לא look on him, ממש לפתוח ולראות מה יש בפנים. אוקיי, זה הנקודה. כן, כן, אז אני אסיים את זה ככה ואני אקשר לסיפור של החדר המיטות כזה פה זה. אז אומר, יש איזה ביטוי מאוד מעניין, אומר את זה חנן פורת, אוקיי, הרב חנן פורת זיכרונו לברכה. He said that the idea of בית המקדש זה כמו, בית המקדש בנוי כמו בית של בן אדם. כן, נקשר את זה לשבע פחות.
בית המקדש is kind of like the house of a human being.
נכון. ושולחן, אוקיי, שולחן האוכל זה כמו שולחן לחם בפנים שלנו. הנרות שיש לנו בבית זה כמו המנורה בבית המקדש. הקטורת זה כמו הכיסא.
תגיד את זה באנגלית.
אוקיי, אז אני... חנן פורת is like very, I think like we close what we saw today. I will try to do it in English. הרב חנן פורת is very important rabbi. He passed away 2 years ago, I think. No, more. 3 years ago. I was in his funeral in Kfar Etzion. And he said something very interesting. He said the idea of Bet HaMikdash is the same idea of house. Okay, like our house, your house. Okay, and the table, okay, that we have in our house is like lechem apanim that we have in Bet HaMikdash. The same idea as the lights that we have, the or, and when you candle the light before Shabbat is the same idea like the menorah. Okay, aktoret, the smell that we have in Bet HaMikdash is כמו כיסא. How we get the idea of כיסא? In Sefer Yeshayahu, Hashem יושב על כיסא מלכותו. When God sit on his chair, okay, we have ויתמלא הבית עשן. Okay, the house talking about Bet HaMikdash will fill with a lot of smoke. אז זה בעצם the idea. Also the chair. And הארון והמיטה נמצא בחדר הפנימי. Okay? Our bed, okay, and closet, it's like inside room, זה נקרא חדר המיטות. And חדר המיטות, we find it in one place that come from the expression that we said חדר המיטות, okay, like everyone say this word, okay, in Hebrew, חדר המיטות, we know what we're talking about, in the חדר שינה, and it comes from the Tanakh, okay. Also the idea of חדר המיטות is also who find, מי נמצא בחדר המיטות, במקדש, זה בעצם הארון. This is his place. הארון השם נמצא בחדר המיטות, this is the place that we have the privacy, okay? היחסים האינטימיים, okay? The intimate relationship between us and God and between wife and husband. מזל טוב.
Very nice. Thank you very, very זה נקרא נחלצתי.
בסדר, אני מוכן. בשקלים או בדולרים? איך זה עובד?
לא, רגע, זה עוזר לך לעבודה בבית ספר.
לא, אני לא למד בבית ספר.
שלנו של ארצות הברית.
וואי?
עבדתי עם הבעל של הרופא שלא נמצא.
לא.
באיזה צ'אט אתה? בדרום?
צפון. עם רן שלנו.
Ran is my son, he's teaching with my son. My son-in-law is the dean where he is teaching. Huge guy. In chat here.
North Chat.
No, son is Ran Salomon.
שהם פתחו וראו.
Yeah, we had this year for about a year and change. I went up to him a year ago and said, we want you to run a shiur. Yeah, just for a bunch of us.
Okay, so you want to go next?
No. Nice try, Dov. Pull something out of the hat, though.
I get your father, he comes, sits in front of me.
Yeah, exactly.
He gives me a handshake, he licks my hand.
You don't have that. No, I do not have that.
I didn't even know him doing it. You asked
And I thought that he's doing it on purpose.
me to read one of his books
No?
for him.
No,
And I
he does it to
started
anybody. He does it to my kids too.
And then he filmed.
מה הוא היה?
Cloud, that's just never.
Strong hand.
Strong hand. That's just.
יד החזקה.
It's from doing this to Sheldon.
That is true.
אוקיי, מי הולך? אתה רוצה או...
זימון?
אתה רוצה להגיד איזשהו...
לא.
אתה לא, אז אנחנו עכשיו מוכנים כאילו לשבע ברכות, לא?
The kugel is awesome.
Comic books.
Kugel?
Just sports.
You're gonna have some of this.
חילול הקודש באמצע שבוע לאכול קיגל.
Yeah, but do you make Yerushalmi? אוכלים Yerushalmi?
אין בעיה, נשים בשקית.
אנחנו נביא את הברכולים.
זה גם חילול הקודש.
יש לזה סיפור, הם ממלאים את הכוסות. אז אתה תשב שם, אתה לשבת איתם שם, תעבור לשם.
Before we bench, I'd like to say, on behalf of the Steinberg and Zendel family and the new Berliner family, thank you very much to, now my mind's gone? Tali and Shimon for putting on this beautiful. Thank you very much for the Israeli salad. It was.
That's right.
And for keeping the Thornhill party going here. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you.
And thank you for the Devar Torah also.
Ich bin Berliner.
Aaron and Aaron.
כן?
Your brother married an Aaron? That's pretty good.
זה אבא שלה. זה אבא שלה.
עכשיו מה?
That would be your grandchild.
כן?
הם צריכים לשבת שם ליד שי?
לא חייבים, הוא יבוא לשם.
Is that the screamer?
תגיד, כמה כוסות אתה צריך? בשביל הזה, כמה? 2 או 3?
צריך 2 כוסות.
שני כוסות.
בכוס השלישי.
אוקיי, אז אני אביא עוד כוס.
השלישי שהם...
אז אני יכול להביא עוד אחד כזאת, נכון?
לשם? הכוס יין לשם? את הכוס לשם?
תוציא אחד משם.
המכונים מאוד יפים, דוב.
So you got a third?
Oh yeah, look at this. But you had yesterday also beautiful.
Yeah, we had
No, you
two.
you get beautiful.
They're in storage.
They have to write it.
You're getting a reading. Send it out. You're going for a reading.
We're waiting until we're finished.
Would you like to make your own curtains ready for the if you wanted? No.
What are you Thank you, Toda.
אז ניתן לשי.
Can't you sign it?
ניתן לשי.
מה?
הכוסות מוכנות כבר, ברגע שזה יגיע הוא יעבור לשם.
Sure.